Welcome back to the Daily Drop. I think this is number 18 of the Daily Drop on the Unjaded podcast. Today, I'm answering a listener question that came in by email. And this is a question I think that all of us can relate to because I feel like we've all been in this place a time or two in our content creation journeys. So the question is, I have fallen into the pattern of posting inspirational content only. And now I don't know how to start creating content that isn't inspiring and that actually asks people to hire me or tells them what I do because it feels like a bait and switch. But the inspirational content isn't doing anything except people are telling me how inspiring I am. So it's not really working. I wish I could see your face right now because I'd be saying, can you just put your hand up and tell me if you can relate to this? So wherever you are in your car or walking in the park, just put your hand up if you can relate to this, right? We've all been there, I think, where we just want to inspire people. 70% of us have an undefined or open head center in human design, and that is a force for being inspired by everything. So we love to share these inspirational tidbits. And I think it's just a way of life for entrepreneurs where part of your life path is just to inspire others. And we want people to come to our social media feeds and be inspired. And we want to inspire people in our emails. And we want to inspire people in our lives and our podcasts and all of those things. But that content isn't the thing that gets you hired. When you're posting too much inspirational content, you're going to hear from people all the time, oh my gosh, you're so inspiring. I could just listen to you forever. And then you're going to feel that stab in your gut when they tell you that they hired another coach to work with. I've had that happen to me, and it really, really sucks. So, yes, you can build inspirational content into your repertoire. And yes, you can always speak in an inspiring tone. However, you may have heard me say this before, you need to be able to identify the problem that your people are facing. You have to call that out. And I know that you're going to hear some things right now against pain point marketing and against being negative and all of those things. But if your person is to understand that you're the person that they need to hire, then they have to know that you get where they're at today. Yes, you can inspire them for a better future all day long, but you also need to let them understand that you understand the pain that they're in and that you have a way to fix it. Some of the ways that you can do this is just by calling out their problem. Actually saying things that they are saying to themselves or that they would be saying to a friend if they were sitting down having a coffee. Actually looking at the external things that are happening in their lives because of this problem. So if you were following them around for a day, what would you see happening in their lives that you're like, oh my gosh, they don't even know that it's because of XYZ problem. They think it's something else, but it's actually this. So, what is that thing that's happening in their life? What are the scenarios that are playing out over and over and over again in their lives that you know that that's the problem? And then, what about internally? What are they saying to themselves? That's the real gold, right? What is the hamster on the wheel that's going through their mind when they're trying to go to sleep at night? What is the thing that they're worrying about when they're trying to go to sleep at night? What are the things that they're telling themselves about themselves as they are lying in bed at night? That's the internal dialogue that's going on. And when you can tap into what that's really like for them, then they really understand that you get where they are. And they need to get that in order to hire you. So start to play in the energy of speaking to the problem that your client is having. Start to call it out. Yes, you can mix it in with your inspirational content. It doesn't mean that you have to get rid of it, but just start to play in this energy. And you can speak to the things that they're trying that aren't working. This is beautiful in the human design space because people try so many things that don't work. And we're standing over here going, oh my God, if you would just leverage your human design, everything would be different for you. So there's something that your ideal client is trying to do to fix that problem that they're having, but it's not working. So what can you call out about that? There's all kinds of different ways. You can tell stories of case studies. You don't say, I worked with Matthew so and so the other day, and he told me that in his life, blah, 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 blah. You don't say it like that. You tell a story of, I'm working with a client now, and she's dealing with being able to set up better boundaries in her life. And the reason that she is unable to set those boundaries is because she has a deep seated fear of conflict and she falls into patterns of people pleasing. And that's actually in her human design because she has what we call an undefined solar plexus, which doesn't matter to you. All you need to know is that this client is working through this and these are the things that are showing up in her everyday life and this is how we're going to fix it. So you've called out the problem and told people what it is and how you're going to fix it. There are a gazillion ways that you can do this in your content, and then just pepper in some inspirational quotes and inspirational videos and things like that along the way. But really start to move away from that because you're already seeing, if you're asking this question, you're already seeing that problem in your business where you're being too inspirational. I'm putting that in air quotes, and it's hurting your business. And we don't want it to hurt your business. We want you to be bringing in paid clients because that's the only way that you're going to have a real business. So I'm going to leave you with a challenge today. I'm going to ask you to create 3 different posts along with your inspirational posts. I want you to create one post where you speak to the problem your client is having. I want you to create another post where you talk about something that she's tried to fix it that hasn't worked. And I want you to create another post about the story she's telling herself about herself that's actually wrong. I know that's a lot, right? You should enter the content by design course and see how much I'll throw at you to get done. No, for real though, it's not that bad. So just a little quick reminder as we close out today of the 3-day event that's coming up next week. If you haven't registered yet, you got to get your seat in there. 100% free, not a big sales pitch. I'm not even opening up the cart for content by design until a few days after the event. So you don't have to worry about coming in and being sold to. This is really like a content creation mecca event where we are just going to dig deep into human design and content creation and all of the things. You will walk away after that 3 days with a good handle on how to leverage your human design in order to bring you paying clients because that's what it's all about.